I'm Fatima. I'm from Richmond, BC. I'm your health and beauty social media queen.
Hi guys, I'm Chef Fred. I live in North Vancouver, BC, and I'm a health enthusiast.
Hi everyone, my name is John and I'm in Vancouver and I'm a work from home dad to two great kids and married to a wonderful wife.
Hi, my name is Cyrene. I live in Vancouver and my passion is health and beauty.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our Healthy Home series. If you haven't had a chance to enter our draw, we are doing a giveaway for this bestseller, and it is actually sold out on Amazon. So if you want a copy of this, you might want to win it. There's a few opportunities for you to win it. You've got to like our page, The Healthy Wave Vibes. You got to tag 3 of your friends. You got to be commenting on our post, as well as share the post that we have pinned to our page. So what we are going to be doing today, we're actually talking about the kitchen. We're continuing on our dissection of the book. So we are talking about the kitchen and how the kitchen basically is the heart of the home, actually, because that's where everyone gathers, right? And so, when we're looking at things in our kitchen, what are some of the go-to items that you find in your kitchen, or most people will find, I should say?
We've got a lot of food, a lot of processed foods, a lot of packaged foods, a lot of frozen foods, and things that have a lot of preservatives maybe, or flavorings, colorings that probably aren't the best for us.
Things that we go to, you mean like the staple items in a kitchen?
Yes. What are the?
I would say the flour, not to add the adjective, high glycemic flour. You've got the milk. You've got everybody has cereal. And there's a lot of people that don't even have like herbs and spices, in their kitchen. They just, cook without it. Salt, pepper, I guess. What I find though in kitchens is our biggest enemy are not ourselves, are the food manufacturers, are what we see on TV, are what we see when we go to the supermarket. Less fat, no fat.
Yeah.
Like these kind of things. Marketing is to trick us somehow, and then we try those food that are normally not whole food, and we try those food and they taste good. Why do they taste good? Because they have the sugar, because they have the addictive to make us want more. So, and it fills us, right? Like the flour, it feels satisfied because the brain wants the sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So when we go to the kitchen, the worst enemy is what is being introduced in our mind is not really always what we want to do. And I'm guilty of that as well. Like my home is mainly whole food, but it does happen sometimes that I go.
So, we kind of figured that yesterday. We saw that yesterday. Hopefully everything was okay and you weren't binge eating with your ice cream.
So, once again, I fell to the marketing. I was in the aisle and I saw it and I'm like, what? I've got to try it. So, however, that is very rare in my occasion, but it happens. And it's because I have a lot of willpower otherwise. But I know people that it's convenient. What's the worst enemy in a kitchen? Convenience, because convenience comes with as you said, John, the artificial flavor, color, the preservatives, all these little chemicals that make it taste good, and you kind of go like, "Ooh, give me another one."
Mm-hmm.
You know what is probably like one of the worst meals that we have is breakfast. Like you've got your cereals, you've got your like waffles, your tarts, and all of these like processed things. How can you replace those, and why are those so bad for us?
It's the most important meal of the day. We've been asleep for 6 to 8 hours. And so when you wake up, it starts us off for the day. And so how, what you feed into your body is going to set you off, as you go out to work or as you carry on your day. So, breakfast, everyone knows, is the most important meal of the day. So choosing selections that are not as sugar filled or processed, or, you know, like Fred says, eat something that's wholesome, or whole foods. You know, eat something that's, it may not have to be complicated, right? It could just be, you know, eating some or you know, oatmeal, organic oatmeal, or you know, organic eggs, or, you know, if you're vegan, you know, or there's so many choices, right? It's just that I think, again, it's when you have those products in front of you, and that's the convenience versus the super easy
That's right.
ready-made stuff.
When I used to work at the dental office, I didn't even have time for breakfast. So I just got, you know, took a shower, got dressed, brushed my teeth, and out the door I went. And then when I get to the office, then I'd have like a croissant or a scone, right? And that was my breakfast. But until I started working from home, I could take my time making eggs and have gluten-free bread, and I had I might have steak remaining from yesterday, and I'd cut up an avocado. So until I started working from home, I didn't have those healthy habits to begin with. I'd skip breakfast altogether.
Well,
yeah, breakfast is definitely one of the most, it is the most important meals. And I remember when we were living in the hotel for a year, when we had the fire, it was phenomenal because we had access to the concierge lounge. And so every morning I would have like a spread of breakfast, and I got to choose if I was going to eat the cereals, but I haven't been eating cereals in such a long time. So I would always have egg, fruit, yogurt, and like my bread, my gluten-free bread to start with, which was great. Yeah, so it does sort of come back to convenience and having the time to be able to put together a meal, or, you know, or is it easier to grab something and full of sugars and whatever else that's processed and added in there? So that's a choice that we as individuals need to make. And I know for a fact, having my breakfast, a real breakfast, makes my day go so much better.
And what I wanted to add to that is that when you have a high glycemic breakfast, let's say you have cereal, you raise your blood sugar, and then it goes down, and your body wants to raise it again because it wants that buzz. So then if you have a high glycemic breakfast, you set your day towards having high glycemic meals. You'll be attracted to those fries. You'll be attracted to those burger phalanx or sandwiches with the white bread. If you have a low glycemic breakfast, your body will not be attracted to those food. Therefore, the chances of having a salad with healthy grains for lunch is much higher. So you can set your day to be healthier by breaking the fast with low glycemic meal.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is a huge topic. Like, we could just go on and on and on and on about, you know, this topic. And if you want to actually find out more, you can check out our episode that we had done on the low glycemic index, as well as counting calories. Those are some episodes that you can check out. But moving forward, so now in the kitchen, yeah, we have our foods, but in order to get those foods, we have to prepare it. So we have different appliances that we're using. We've got the microwave, we've got the stove, we've got the oven. And what are the downsides and the negative sides of all of these appliances?
Well, you know, especially the microwave, you know, it uses radiation to heat up your food. So we've gotten to a habit where, you know, when the odd occasion we do use the microwave, we plug it in, we heat up the food, and then we unplug it, because I don't think we need that thing plugged in 24/7 when it's not, it's a clock, right? But also, you know, we take care into how we're preparing our food. You know, we're really careful with non-stick surfaces. You know, that's something that's been in the news for many years now, that they're starting to find out things about Teflon coating and non-stick surfaces. And, you know, over time, you probably have seen that the dish that you're using, or the pan that you're using, starts to flake off, you know, and we're adjusting that. And, you know, a little bit probably won't do much, but if you're using these products over and over for for a long time, it may do something later on. And also, you know, just to you know, you want again, it's convenience. What Fred is saying, like we want something that's quick and fast, but you also want to make sure that you're preparing the food in the best way it can, right?
And you want to make sure that you're actually hand washing some of these pots and pans as opposed to putting them in the dishwasher, because over time, you know, the chemicals start leaching out, right? And then we don't even think about that when we're actually starting to you know, take it out of the dishwasher. Do you wash it again under the sink before you actually start cooking on it, right? Those are certain things that I'm being more mindful of, because when you take something out of the dishwasher, what kind of chemicals did you put in the dishwasher to begin with, right, to clean your dishes? And then does it have a scent? Does it, you know, like, is it still dirty? You just want to have that nice rinse with soap and water. And then I start making my meal, which is, you know, fry my eggs or anything like that. But you know what I was really bad about once upon a time is when I was cooking like meat on the pan, I would cut it. I didn't realize, you know, and you're trying to cut the meat to see if it was.
Oh God!
I know. I had no freaking idea. I shouldn't be doing that.
You never do that in my pans.
The pan, but
well,
oh my gosh.
Well, that's the thing. Like people are using metal utensils that are speeding up some of this. Like it's starting to scrape off, right? And you know, it's just, you know, people are in a rush, so they don't think about using plastic or using another plastic utensil to scrape it. Or best thing is probably using wood, right?
Going back to what Cyrene said about the dishwasher, for me, everything goes in the dishwasher. There's no chance of me starting to hand wash stuff. It's complete waste of time. However, I use phosphate-free dishwasher tablets, which doesn't leave the residue of the chemical on the dishes. Because if I put in the dishwasher, then I have to rinse it again. It's too much time wasted.
Wow.
I just don't like to do dishes.
Yeah, there's times when there's been times I've been I eat off a plate or drink out of like a mug, and it tastes like detergent.
Yeah.
And this is after it's gone through the dishwasher, right? So it's kind of, ooh, so you have to rinse it again, like what Cyrene's saying. You rinse it under hot water, or maybe rub it, and then you refill your mug.
Yeah, never use it directly out of the dishwasher.
And to go back to the frying pans, a lot of people use Teflon because of convenience. And ceramic pans work as well, and they don't stick. And
so would you say a ceramic pan is better than a Teflon pan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
The best is cast iron, right?
It doesn't stay as clean as a Teflon because it changes in color.
Yeah.
A lot of people are fussy about how their equipment looks. However, thinking about what you ingest, then it's better to not use the Teflon and use something that do not emit like any chemical residue in your food or in the air as it's heated up.
Right.
That's a good point.
Which is quite interesting.
We started switching. Well, most of our pans are like stainless steel, but we started picking up a couple cast iron pieces. And if you season it right, they work like nonstick. So they're actually pretty easy to clean, no matter what we put on there. But you have to, you know, make sure the pan's treated right so that it acts like nonstick. And then also we started, again, we threw out our Teflon pan many years ago. We've been just using ceramic.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
here.
we changed over to ceramic as well.
Yeah.
And we have a few cast iron as well.
Yeah.
I see we're doing good in that level.
I don't know about me, okay?
Yeah, Fatima's been quiet on that one.
Yeah.
If you need more,
My defense, I don't really go into the kitchen unless my mom is not there, and that's very rare because my mom's retired and she's a great cook, and she that's her kitchen. That's like nobody touches anything. So I don't know what's in there. I don't really do the cooking because she's always cooking unless there's something that I really want. So I can't speak on that one.
What you can do during Christmas is just go swap a set of ceramic pans into her thing.
Oh, she's very particular.
Yeah,
She's
she will
very
know.
particular. She knows
Yeah.
where everything is and what her stuff is, and yeah,
Yeah, if something is
yeah.
missing in my kitchen, just one little thing, even I don't need it, I'm like, oi, have you guys seen this?
Where did it go?
I'm like, whoa.
Everything has a place, right, in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not there, it's like, where is it?
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
it, even though I don't really need it right away. Where is it?
Okay, so now moving forward, so we've talked about how we're cooking the food, but what about we're storing it? Are you storing it in a glass container? Are you storing it in a plastic container?
You know what? I'm
Or the
back
takeouts?
because I used to have plastic containers because it was cheap and I didn't think anything of it in the past. But then as I got educated and knowing there's a difference, I went to the glass version of things. Like, so my whole pantry is full of glass containers. And I find that it's easier for me to microwave in as well. But the thing is, I don't microwave.
Yeah. Yeah, we did the same thing. We used to get those plastic containers with the lids.
Yeah.
And the thing that started making me kind of wonder, even though it said it's microwavable, is, you know, when you have like tomato sauce spread, like with the oil, you know, you get like olive oil.
Yeah,
on
the
top.
plastic container gets stained.
But besides the staining, oil makes the plastic melt because it heats up hotter, right? And so the bottom of these containers started bubbling, right? And we didn't throw it out right away, but now it kind of makes me wonder. So we've done what Cylene's doing. We replaced all our, you know, when we take out food, especially we bring home food from takeout, you know, we don't leave it in the container it came in. You know, we try to take it out of the styrofoam, we take it out of the plastic trays that they come in, and then just serve it on that. And then when we put it away in the fridge, we were using glass, stainless steel, or porcelain, right?
Stainless steel. Interesting.
Yeah, stainless steel pots or little. They're just like little things with snap-on lids. But you can't put that in the microwave because it's steel. But you can put that into like a water bath, or you can steam it, right? So they're very convenient, and they're surgical stainless steel, so they're clean. They're never gonna leach anything out.
What about styrofoam? Do you guys use styrofoam?
No. I mean, I try
No.
not to. Sometimes, you know, you grab a coffee and it's in a styrofoam cup, but
Because it's funny because styrofoam was on the way to be banned in restaurants and stuff, and now it's back on because of the crisis. Yet it's like we're fighting a virus, but now the long-term health is put on hold. You can use your styrofoam containers, and a lot of people don't know that you keep your food in your container overnight. The chemicals in those containers is leaching in your food.
Yeah. And did
Heating
you
it
know,
up.
Did you know that if you actually keep your food in clear glass containers, you're more likely less to put on weight? This is a weird stat that I heard, but it's actually a cool stat because like what they were saying is that because you're able to see what your leftovers are, you're not gonna just, you know, like binge at whatever's there. So
interesting. So it's a mind play.
it's a mind play. And so on that front, we have all of our dishes are glass. So, you know, it's great. At least that way I know we're good. And then in the microwave, that's another thing, like you got to be very careful of. Like I never cover my food because otherwise you're going to have the plastic leaching into your food. Right. And so other ways you can cover it is by basically putting a plate, or you could put another like tissue paper or whatever, but I would never cover that. And I get in trouble for it all the time.
Well, you know, and then the other thing is people saran wrap their food and then put the wrap on the microwave so that it doesn't splatter.
Saran wrap is plastic.
No, but
it is. But the saran wrap in a household has less chemicals than the saran wrap that is used in restaurants.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still going to leach right into your food. So like you're heating up plastic, like you mentioned earlier, that defeats the whole purpose of it.
No, fair enough. Yeah.
So like, I mean, if you're going to cover it with like a plate or cover it with like a, you know, like a napkin or whatever. And then if you're like me who just doesn't like covering it, put some hot water and lemon in the microwave after and let it just clean itself. All right.
I know.
Wipe it down.
So now, as we've discovered, we've sort of gone through the preparing, the food, the preparing. Now comes, like serving it up and drinking. What do you drink? There's a lot of things in our kitchen that we're going to be drinking. Like the water, the Cokes, or the pops, I should say, the juices. What are your takes on that?
I just want to start by saying, okay, we don't drink pop, we don't drink juice, so I can't answer any of that. But what we ended up doing is changing our water system to a reverse osmosis. And so there's less chemicals in my drinking water. So that was my trade-off. And it makes me want to drink lots of water. It encourages me, whether it's hot water and lemon, or it's just or just cold water or room temperature. I just love it. And I don't have to spend a lot of money on buying bottles of water. I don't have to worry about the chemicals, but because it takes away a lot of the chemicals, you have to be careful in the sense of adding a pinch of salt or adding a pinch of Himalayan salt while you're drinking it, because we all need minerals as well.
Interesting.
So actually, now that you've mentioned minerals, before Fred, you continue, did you know that Himalayan salt has 83 minerals inside of it, which our body requires? And compared to, table salt, which it's all bleached out. There's no nutrients, there's nothing in it. So you could, if you were to take a pinch of Himalayan salt and a pinch of table salt and eat it, like eat raw, you would actually be able to eat the Himalayan salt versus the table salt. The table salt, you're just gonna like spit it out instantly and be like, what in God's name is this? The Himalayan salt, you'll actually enjoy it.
Yeah. There are different salts, so you can get salts with different flavors in it too.
Yeah. Sorry, and you can continue, Fred.
No, I was just going back on drinks, like a lot of people start their day with a coffee. The coffee is good. It's a good antioxidant. What's bad in the coffee is the fact that they add normally dairy product. A lot of people add cream and a lot of white sugar. And that, to me, it doesn't start your day right when you start with added sugar. Orange juice, it's good. It's got a lot of vitamin C. However, it's high glycemic again. Water is my drink of choice at home, and sparkling water, because even though sparkling water brings the acidity up in your stomach a bit, but it's still quite a lot healthier than any kind of pops. Mm-hmm. And if people drink pop, try to limit them to maybe 1 glass a day, if that's possible, because it's over time, it will damage your health. There's no turn back,
Like I used to drink pop when I was younger and whatever. And I saw this experiment, and that day it scared the living bejesus out of me. Like they took a chicken bone, put it in a glass of Coke for a week, and you can see the chicken bone just completely broke and was brittle. After I saw that and what it did to the teeth, forget like your overall health, but that just scared me. And ever since then, so I would say for the last 15 years, I haven't touched pop at all. I'm not a juice drinker or anything like that. My favorite drink is water. Like absolutely love water. And of course, I'm Indian, I need to have my tea, but I don't add any cream or anything. I do put milk, but I mean, that's something that I do need is my, I'm not lactose intolerant, so I'm okay with the milk. I don't add any sugar or anything like that. It was funny, we had actually gone to Portugal, and so we were there, we were eating, and my uncle's like, oh, you can order all the pop in the world you want. I'm like, no, I want water, and he looked at me like, you're gonna order water? Like, and what universe are you ordering water? Because there you had to pay for the water. I'm like, I don't care. I'm ordering water. And my parents were like, yeah, she doesn't drink pop. Like, not at all. She won't touch pop at all.
Well, it's kind of funny. My kids don't drink pop.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
think, when we raise them, even when they have the juices, we give them organic juices, but we water it down. So like the apple juices, the grape juices, try to give them organic when we can, but when they have the regular juices, we try to water it down. And so the sweetness of, like, again, like what you're accustomed to, like what does your tongue like what does your taste buds like, is not going to miss it, because you're not because if you drink something super sweet, over time you're just going to continue to want something sweeter and sweeter and sweeter, right? And so what we did, we started out with juices with, like, 1/3 juice and then 2/3 water. And to them, it's not water, but it's like, wow, this is tasty, right? And so over time, right now, they're drinking water. Like they're filling up their own water bottles. Like we have a filter on the fridge, so we use that. And I've been drinking tea. This is tea right here.
Not coffee?
No,
Come on, the latest right now, people put wine in their cup during their Zoom meeting.
So I'm going 4 weeks in with no coffee.
Right.
Yay!
Nice.
And it's not by choice, it's because I ran out. But now, it gives me time to actually go through all the teas that we bought over the last, while.
Decades.
And it's nice because you get to, I'm drinking a lot more water because I'm trying different teas. So the tea is what's making me drink the water, right?
And during the summer, or it's getting warmer now here, what we can do is add, like, cut up some oranges, or cut up some cucumbers, or cut up lemon or lime to make it so citrusy and and more flavorful. If you don't like the taste of plain water, there's always a healthier option.
Yeah, infused waters are delicious during the summer.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to an end. Do you guys have any final comments that you would like to say?
Whole food
Stay hydrated.
is
Okay.
the way to go.
Well, again, thank you very much for joining in for our Healthy Home series. We are giving one of 4 of these away, so you could be one of 4 lucky winners. All you got to do is like our page, The Healthy Wave Vibes. Make sure you comment, and also make sure you are tagging 3 friends and sharing. So we look forward to hearing from you. We will be drawing this at the end of our series live at our question and answer. So you will have to be on live in order for you to be a winner. Anyways, bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.